Hey, good evening, everyone. I'm Joseph Sandy, your local candidate for Maryland State Delegate right here in District 42B. Today is January 17th. It is the day that the first campaign reporting period, it ended on the 10th, actually. The report is due today, pardon me. News sources, people who are wrapped up in the political world, people involved in campaigns, you'll hear a lot of insistence that amounts of money raised to date early in the game like this are a strong indicator of a candidate's strength. They'll say that the more money you've raised this far in advance, the greater your strength, and that's supposed to equate to your odds of winning the respective seats of representation you seek. I'm proud to announce to you that as of today, I have not asked for a dime of any of your money. I have deliberately avoided selling my campaign, my ideas about individual liberty, my ideas for how the community may prosper, my pledge that I will work against the expansion of Section 8 throughout Baltimore County and throughout Maryland, as well as combat illegal immigration, that I'll work to reduce unnecessary surveillance devices that do very little for public safety, but in fact fund the state by stripping money out of your pockets, and the necessity for term limits, which I'm proud to say that Governor Hogan is absolutely endorsing during this General Assembly session right now in 2018. I've done this because I want to reiterate to the voters in Baltimore County that I am perhaps the one candidate, or at least one of the few in this race, who is not bought and sold. I do not play politics as usual. I am not endorsed by a mile-long list of current and or former politicians in the area. I don't run political clubs or special interest groups, and I've said this all along. I'm very proud to say that my life today is very much about public service, rather than about cozying up to politicians, past and present, or lamenting to a radio audience of similar or perhaps identical political ideology as my own. I don't toe the party line for what it's worth or just for the sake of doing so. I frequently discuss and I often debate with others in the community, usually via social media, in a very public sense that it can be seen by just about anyone. And I talk about real issues impacting members of the community. This is an almost daily reality for me. And I love it. And it's very possible that that alone might very well be, at least in this point in time, what sets me apart from other candidates in this particular race. You'll never have to wonder whether I'm just pandering to you. I like to have a real conversation with real people, and that's all of you. Now, I'm a member of the Republican Party because my personal values and my convictions of fiscal responsibility and individual freedom for all Americans, regardless of conviction, align most closely with true Republican ideals as they're intended. Now, that being said, my choice of political party does not turn me off to ideas proposed by Democrats, other Republicans, Libertarians, Green Party members, independents, anyone on the spectrum of personal beliefs, convictions, or whatever political party you're involved in. I'm willing to hear you out. I always have been. We're people. You and I, we're people. We're not a bunch of red and blue dots on a map or a number on a piece of paper. I pledge to give honest consideration and remain willing to work across the aisle, should I be elected, when it comes to solutions and legislation that best benefits our entire community for whom I intend to work. And that's what I want everybody in the community to know, first and foremost about my campaign, and that is why I have avoided coming at you all for donations this early in the game. Of course, the reality is that I will need funding and support to keep going. But the most important thing in this race for a newcomer like me is that I'll be knocking doors throughout Baltimore County. Over the course of the next several months, I'm going to be leaving flyers, I'm going to be leaving pamphlets and cards, and encouraging you to join me in having these conversations. All I ask of you is to fill in that bubble next to my name on the ballots in June and November, hopefully November this year. So yes, I'm going to raise money during the campaign. That's a reality. You know, promotional materials aren't cheap. And I hope you do choose to give a little something. I mean, $20 from a couple hundred people can go a long way for me. But the best indicator, in my opinion, of a truly strong candidate is one who is willing to actually have these conversations with you. The one who's willing to answer your questions publicly on social media and in person. the one who's willing to come to you, to come to your door for a couple of minutes and talk about the issues that concern you or your family and your community. Because I believe that it doesn't matter how many television ads you run or how many wealthy friends you have or how big your average, campaign contribution is. I think what matters most when you go to that voting booth and you elect local public leadership is, who was that guy that came to my door? Oh, I know him. Who was that guy that I know through social media that I talk to almost every day, that I comment on, that I, engage in routinely? That guy's real. That guy's real. He's not in this for reasons other than for what he truly believes is best for the community. And he's here to learn, and that's me. And that's what I intend to do for you. Presence in the community, not in political circles necessarily or by way of fat paychecks or donations. Presence is what sells to hardworking people like you. I know this, and no amount of money is going to get in the way between now and June. So I hope to continue to be that guy for you. So look, if you're in the Baltimore County area and you want to make an appointment to talk, or you have a community event, or maybe a community association meeting you want me to attend, anything like that, I'm very, very happy to oblige. Just reach out, get in touch. I will work with you. I'm available in Parkville, Kearney, North Towson, Timonium, Hunt Valley, Cockeysville, Lutherville, Hampton, Parkton, Sparks Glencoe, Freeland, all the way up to the PA line. The district is huge. So get in touch. Oh, and if you are interested in making a donation, I sure would appreciate it. Links will be available online very soon, but for now you can send a check to Friends of Joseph Sandy, P.O. Box 42160, Baltimore, Maryland 21284. Thank you very much in advance. God bless you, my friends, and as always, God bless America. Good night.